Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tyre wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Toro Rosso are famed for nurturing promising talent and kickstarting the careers of exciting drivers, from Vettel to Sainz to Ricciardo. But they're much more than that. This is a strong team that expects regular points finishes.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Vettel, Hamilton and Max Verstappen. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway. New drivers, new cars and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen and Ricciardo, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Alonso, Leclerc, Esteban Ocon and Grosjean, Van Dorn, Gasly, Marcus Ericsson and Sergei Sorokin. A Toro Rosso and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We were expecting you to finish 16th or better today. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs. Brilliant maneuver. 2 places at once. Okay, update on the car for you. Tyres are looking very nice. Shouldn't have to worry about the wear too much right now. Right, come in at the end of this lap. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Exit, exit now. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind. Our gap to the car in front is 5.7 seconds. The gap behind us is 2.2 seconds. Pierre is in for his stop. Okay, keep on him. He might make a mistake. We're trailing our teammate by 3.6 seconds. Okay, gap ahead is 2.6 seconds. Some information on Alonso. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Some information on Leclerc. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow. Some information on Ericsson. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Some information on Leclerc. They are out of the race. Right, the car behind has come in to put on the ultra-soft tyre. That's the car behind, now on the ultra-softs. Gap to car in front is 3.4 seconds. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. The gap to the car behind is 4.4 seconds. OK, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I think I'll have to give it to the Toro Rosso driver. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. After all that excitement, it's
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? You had a close battle today, didn't you? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.